February 6th is recognized by the United Nations as the International Day of Zero Tolerance to Female Genital Mutilation. Female genital mutilation actually is recognized internationally as a violation of human rights and widely practiced in Nigeria. We have the highest absolute number of cases in the world, accounting for about 1/4 of the estimated 130 million circumcised women worldwide. According to World Health Organization, WHO, statistics estimates that 120 to 140 million women have been subjected to this harmful practice, and 3 million girls continue to be at risk each year. Joining us on the show to educate us on this genital mutilation is Dr. Right?
Yes.
Dr. Godwin Akabwa.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to have you on the show.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes. So what exactly is genital mutilation? Because for some of us, honestly, we really don't know what it is.
Okay.
And could you just define it for us?
Well, we hide under the cloak of female circumcision
Yeah.
to do all the harms we're doing to the girl child. And so when we do the extension from, removing the prepuce, to removing the clitoris, to removing the labia minora, to removing everything, it is called circumcision. But that is actually what we refer to as female genital mutilation.
What's the objective of this? What exactly are you trying to achieve?
No positive objective, but somehow people have objected for it.
Okay.
The first thing is, okay, I don't want my child to be promiscuous. That's the first thing that comes to the head of virtually every person that's taking part in this obnoxious thing. I want to protect my child. But we have since known that no matter how you circumcise, even if you excise everything, it does not stop a child from being promiscuous.
But in this day and age, why is it still prevalent?
Tradition die hard, and belief also die hard. And there are people who also hide under faith. And when it comes to faith, it's even more difficult. And so people still go ahead. And also, there are some that are just born out of sheer ignorance. Okay, that person is doing it, why can't I do it? And it just goes on and on and on. But you see, we try to bring specific issues to let them know what they're doing wrong. For instance, you say your child is promiscuous if you don't do it. But we've gone to church where they have a very large pool of circumcised people. We did a research on the so-called easy girls in town, and we find the majority of them are totally circumcised.
Exactly what I said.
So it becomes very difficult for you to now substantiate the point that it will help your child not to be promiscuous.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question because of what you just said? Because what we were discussing earlier on, and I said what I think is, because they are missing this part, they are now craving that missing part of their body. So it
But
makes
the
them
sensation
more,
is not there, though. So what are
it
they?
makes them more promiscuous. Because
How do you become more promiscuous?
You have to
Because the
understand.
sensation is not
it's just
there.
like if you lose your arm,
Yes.
you will still feel as if your arm is still there.
Yeah.
So you
Want to use it more?
yeah.
Really?
No, I want to make something clear. There are mechanisms for eliciting interest in sex. The physical contact is only small. The sensual contact is far more. Okay? If you go, for instance, all these children that go, like especially that boy that went to rape somebody that you were discussing a while
Yes.
ago, that boy is circumcised, obviously. Virtually every man in this country is circumcised.
Yeah.
But they still crave, not because of what they've done to them or what they did not do, but what they have done to this place. Now, there are what we call phantom organs. Phantom organs are organs that have gone, but you still feel still with you. Clitoris simply is not that. Yes, we might feel it's not, but you cannot get sensitized by an organ that is not physically touched. You understand? So that is also an argument that people want to foster so that they can continue to do what they are doing.
Yeah.
The male gender, they are being circumcised.
Yeah.
Female genders, I know because in my family, we were circumcised at day 8. The way you circumcise a male child when he's 8 days old and all that. And to me, because in the history of my family, I've not seen any promiscuity. I'm sure even when my dad went to marry my mom, they told him that in this family, they are not promiscuous, but if you say they get ginger for body fight and all that, they have it. And I think over the years, I feel that a lot of times they had good reasons for doing it, but it's just that now we've seen the extremes, because now the effect of removing, I think they said there's a type 2, type 3, type 4 and all that. The effect of removing those ones, I think, is really, really bad.
Can I throw a question
you
at Uwa?
explain,
Uwa,
yeah.
I don't know,
I
I
can
don't want to get
explain
too personal with you, but if you said you've gone through this whole procedure,
Yeah.
do you still enjoy sexual
Of course
activities?
I do. It took a while, but now I do. Then it wasn't, I didn't understand
So
why.
there's no real danger in circumcision then?
Let me tell you, because you haven't experienced the danger. You haven't seen one. I'm a gynecologist. I have 5 daughters. I'm a very passionate person when it comes to girl child. And I have seen practically in treating my patients that there's nothing good in circumcision. I have seen a child that bled to death just because of circumcision. I have seen a child that got septic infection spread through her and the child died from circumcision. These are immediate ones. There are children who, because of the scar, you're talking about the removal of the prepuce. That is not the only thing we are talking about. Because something you want to do something does not have of your harm does not mean it is good to do. Okay?
Sir, there's this thing that it causes complications during labor, during child
A lot.
delivery.
I've just started with the immediate ones. Quite a lot. For instance, you can even trace it to infertility.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, okay.
A spreading infection to the tract that can cause blocked tubes.
Blocked tubes.
We have seen them. It can also cause difficult delivery. In fact, the worst it can cause actually
VVF.
can make you have phobia for sex.
But why is it so acceptable to circumcise a male? Then
Yeah.
why is it so acceptable to do that? That compared to
I will
women?
explain that to you. First, we have disadvantage if you are not circumcised as a male, because you have a lot of smegma under the prepuce
Yes.
that can harbor a lot of things. And we know that, though we're not so particular about that, we know that now that a man that's uncircumcised is more likely to have a wife that has CSIs. Whether it has to do with that sperma, we don't know. Now, we also know that if you circumcise a man, you cannot cut the phallus. Or that you have removed him from life.
Yes.
But for the child, they can go to every extreme, the girl child. You understand? That's different. They are so different.
Okay.
And in fact, the thing is that there is an advantage in circumcising the boy child.
Okay.
But I can't see one.
For the female
For the
child.
female
Let me
child.
take Olumide's call. We'll come to you. Good morning, Olumide. Are you there?
Good morning.
Thanks for calling. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say good morning to you all.
Good
So
morning.
much appreciate the program.
Thank you.
And the whole office was really, really happy seeing Mama YK on the show this
Back
morning.
on the show. Yes,
It's been a
sir.
while. Mama, where have you been to?
I went for the Grammys, for the Grammy Awards, and then the Sundance Festival in America.
Okay. You're welcome, Mama. Good morning.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back. And I apologize for not taking excuse.
You're welcome. Apology accepted.
All right, Olumide, go ahead.
Genital mutilation, I would see it as a suicide.
Suicide,
In fact,
okay.
as a Christian, I don't think there's anywhere in the Bible which has been permitted to circumcise a girl child. There is nowhere. It's
Okay.
only allowed to do that on
For
a
the
male
male,
child.
okay.
I don't know if the Holy Quran supports that anyway. But to me, with the word mutilation is a very big thing. See, mutilating a girl child. I've not seen any anyway, but I've had it so many times happening. That during the mutilation, maybe the girl is passed on. You can't just predict. You can't say because it's not seen. But we've had it so many times.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Olumide. You're going to throw a question
I was
on me.
going to ask a question. Are you saying the one of the clitoral remove the one of the is that one okay? Is that one acceptable?
There's nobody. No. You can remove a small thing and still cause all the bleeding in the whole world. You can remove a small thing and still cause all the infection. You can. But what I'm saying is it does not have, a tangible advantage. No matter how you try to polish it. For instance, I I don't see any disadvantage for my children so far, because none of them is circumcised. I can't say it, but I know I speak a lot of God's word into them. That is, it's here you need to take over.
So if a female feels maybe she doesn't have enough sexual urge, maybe she's going to find out if she's been circumcised.
Not necessarily.
So let me ask you a question, because
Not necessarily.
there's a doctor
Let me
in
take
France.
Let me talk to Nima very quickly.
There's this rumor, no, sorry, it's saying that there's this one they sew, the labia or something, I can't remember exactly, that is just like stitching up a woman after delivery. Is there a difference, and what is the difference, consequences for it?
You know, if we want to discuss the real problem, we take many hours.
Yes.
In the north, there's what we call Geshiri code that can contribute. In fact, imagine if they sew the thing together. What are they saying to the child? Or because they don't want you right now to, and then subsequently you will not eventually be able when it is time to.
Yeah. So there's really no
So-
advantage.
The more I listen to the so-called advantages, the more I see no advantage.
All right.
But
What
this
go
I
on.
want to ask a
Statistics-
question. Because there's a doctor I think in France, a French doctor, that started the correction process. I don't know, has it been brought into Nigeria? Would people that have been circumcised that want to reverse it, can they go to a hospital here to
Before
get
you answer that
corrected?
question, let me take Shola's call very quickly. Good morning, Shola. Are you there?
Hello.
Thanks for
good morning.
calling. Go ahead.
Murayo, you are doing a very nice job.
Thank you, sir.
I love the program. This is the first time caller.
Welcome to the show, sir.
All right. I had the experience of cutting the female, whatever you call it, and it really affected me. They did it for me when I was about, I think, 10, 9, 11, because of the way my parents got me. So they didn't do it for me on time. So by the time they did it, I was aware, and it was so painful. Before I got over it, it was, took a very long time, in a village area. And when I got married, I didn't feel what I was supposed to feel until about after 20-something years ago, to the extent that my husband is complaining that I don't feel for sex, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it is true. Even as I am up to now, I can stay for about 20-30 years without having sex. I don't feel it. So maybe there'll be drugs for me to use or whatever. So I went.
Which comes to the question who I just asked. All right, thank you very much, Shola, for calling. Yes, sir. Is there something, can this be rectified somehow?
Well, no matter what you do, it cannot be exactly like the one that is
Natural.
not touched. But we can alleviate suffering. We can improve on what you have. There are a lot of cosmetic surgeries, gynecological surgery that we can do to improve the situation. Just the same way we can do what we call vaginoplasty to expand. We can reduce depending on what has happened. That is doable here. I do those. And but for instance, I cannot reform a clitoris because it's gone.
No, because what I read was that when you cut it off, there's a scar.
Yes.
So once you're able to take out that scar, it now
You
revives the
cannot
sensation back.
cannot have the purpose. I just told you a while ago, you can alleviate suffering, but you cannot be like
Like the
the
natural one.
natural.
Let me
because
talk-
you would have removed the prepuce, which is the most sensitive part
Yes.
of the clitoris.
Let me take
It's removed.
Victory's call. Good morning, Victory. Are you there?
Glad to have you,
Good
Morayo.
morning. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Atieni, welcome back.
Thank you.
You're looking awesome.
Thank you.
I'm extending morning to everyone in the studio. You guys.
Yes.
I'm actually understand what the doctor said. I really enjoyed the explanation and clever. But there's a question I need to ask here. In the yesteryears, when we were doing it, I didn't think there were complaints. And if there were complaints then, I think they would have rectified it. But why now? Why now is it that there was major development as regards diseases being contacted? But then, there was no such thing. Because we all know that everything has an advantage, definitely has its advantage.
Okay.
But why is it now, the current trend, that people not have
Having issues
discovering
with
most
it.
of these effects?
Okay.
of it?
Thank you so much, Victory.
All right. The thing is, you never can say, why am I wise now? Okay. We've had a history of how many children have either been lost or have been maimed by this procedure. More so when it becomes a civilized thing not to do it, people are now hiding and doing it in a very, very, very absurd way and causing even more harm. And so gradually, women advocates have come up, and we found, as gynecologists, we also found that we are on the same line with them. There's no advantage that is accruing to my patient from this procedure. No advantage accruing to me too, because I have to be dragged into some remedy. So as far as I'm concerned, it is something that should have happened 50 years ago. Now that it's happening, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, it's not just happening now. It's been on for years. It may not be taking root here, but it's been there. We've been fighting it.
I just want to ask you, because you say something about this thing. Male circumcision in the north, they've been done around age 9, age 10 and all that. Haven't a lot of guys died as a result of male circumcision as well? And, you know, because we keep on saying that, like the guy said, a lot of, I know, like in my family, there's no female that has not been circumcised, and nothing has happened. And truly, we can attest to the fact that there's no history of promiscuity in our family. So, don't you think at least there's a little bit of advantage for it?
Look, what I'm saying is this. I don't see the comparison. I'll tell you why. Circumcision is decreed by the Bible. That's one. Number two, in the north, I don't know the religious connotation, but I know that no matter how old they are, they eventually come to get circumcision done. And it is done in hospital, most time, or people who at least are not hiding to do it. And so, because they are not hiding, there's this tendency that you can do the right thing. Or if you run into problem, you can actually draw on the experiences that is available to remedy the situation. Okay. But in case of get child, they are hiding.
All right, we need to close the show. Let's take some tweets very quickly, please.
Zach says, violate those rights automatically. The practice would be considered forbidden. However, the Western world is quick to assume. Then he also says, the most important thing to know is that Islam protects a woman's right to sexual enjoyment and health. And if the female circumcision, the thing cut. Sorry, I think that's about. Someone else, Eno Abasi says, thank God I still have mine and I'm enjoying every bit of it. Please, it should stop. It's not healthy and every woman should enjoy sex.
Can it ever be eradicated at all?
Well, you see, like everything, there are people who are going away, there are people who are coming to it. But we want to continue. You know, like in maternal mortality, we cannot expect zero mortality. So we don't expect zero circumcision. We're not expecting that, but we want to
reduce it.
That's what everybody is wise to do. But I want to say one thing before I go. Nobody is bringing this thing from nowhere. They are born out of research. Scientific research, well supported. Most importantly, these are collaboratory studies, not one person coming with something and saying this. No, they collaborated. In fact, they're very large collaboration, especially in the Sahel region that involve northern part of this country. Okay. And we found that
so it's proven that it is wrong. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. Thank you for being on the show. Waike, good to have you back. Nima, good to have you again. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to watch a repeat broadcast of this program at 11:30 p.m. tonight. You can also watch previous episode on YouTube. And as always, global statistics report that 3,000 people die daily from road traffic accidents. Please wear a seatbelt and obey traffic laws. It saves lives. God bless you. See you tomorrow morning.